it is so very essential that we do all the hard work, but we also know that we take care of our health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. So in plenary session 3, we'll be joined by the eminent Swami Ramdev, and I'm sure that the tips and the guidance he will share will enrich all of us to maintain the balance that we talk about. So not just the balance sheet, but also the work-life balance. And then I'd like to tell the guest of honor, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla ji, sir, we're going to wrap up day 1 with Dr. Satinder Sartaaj. How many of you enjoy his singing? Yes? Which is your favorite Sartaaj number? साईं वे साड़ी फरियाद तेरे ताईं. अगर आपकी फरियाद थी कि वर्ल्ड फोरम ऑफ अकाउंटेंट्स में आपको डॉक्टर सतिंदर सरताज की मधुर आवाज सुनने को मिल जाए, तो आज आपकी वो फरियाद पूरी होने वाली है, क्योंकि दिन भर की दौड़ धूप के बाद, प्लेनरी सेशंस के बाद, शाम को यही मंच बिल्कुल तैयार होगा सरताज के सुरों के साथ. ये है डे 1 का एजेंडा. लेकिन महफिल सजती है आपके आने से. Thank you very much everyone. Once again, let's have a huge round of applause for everyone in attendance. Thousands of professional accountants from across the globe have gathered in person, and many more are joining us online. Wherever you are across the globe, namaskaram everyone, and welcome once again to the World Forum of Accountants. The theme is From Nation Building to Global Collaboration, Strengthening Trust, Enabling Growth. Are we all excited about being in WOFA? Shall we move towards the inaugural session now? We're very happy to share that in just a bit we'll also be joined by the chief guest of the inaugural session, Chartered Accountant Piyush Goyal. He will be with us. He started from Delhi. He's on his way to Greater Noida. And what a proud moment it was for India when, the day after Republic Day, 27th of January, India inked the historic India-European Union deal. So the minister is the man of the moment, and we're very fortunate that he has given us time. He will be with us in just a bit. But we are going to begin with the inaugural. The stage is set. So day 1, we don't have any parallel breakout sessions. But day 2 and day 3, we'll have, in addition to the plenary sessions, breakout parallel sessions as well. There are 6 different tracks. So there is a technology track, which will be in hall number 9. There is the artificial intelligence track. There is the governance track. There is a track which is focusing on sustainability. So whatever is your chosen area, tomorrow and day after, you will be spoiled for choice which hall to go. So you're most welcome, you can decide. Where we are right now is hall number 14 and 15. Hall number 16 is where you got yourself registered. And I hope all of you also got your delegate kit. If not, I'm sure you'll get it. Then hall number 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 are all exhibition halls. Make sure that when you get time over the course of 3 days, you can drop into the exhibition stalls and see the latest that's happening in the global world of accountancy. And then here, the second half of this is where the food court is. So the lunches, the dinners, everything will be served here. So make sure this 3-day of festival, we meet and greet, share knowledge, enjoy ourselves. We go back healthier with much more pleasant memories. And whatever memories you create, what's the hashtag? ICAI WOFA, hashtag ICAI WOFA. There's another interesting innovation ICAI has done this time. In one of the halls, instead of the voice reverberating, you will get headphones. So when the speaker is saying something, you have to put your headphones so that you can listen in. So it's a customized one-to-one communication. You can experience that as well. Many more experiences await you. So all the best for your participation in WOFA. So on day 2, as far as cultural program is concerned, day 1, it is Dr. Satinder Sartaaj. Day 2, we'll end up the day with which artist? Mika Singh. And day 3, we started off with Indian dance performance. Day 3, we'll have international dance performances. So for those who love the flamencos and the ballets, day 3. Right then, so the stage is set. And let's begin with the inaugural. I'd like to invite on stage the Honorable Guest of Honor, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla Ji, Chairman Aditya Birla Group, to please come up on stage. CA Charanjot Singh Nanda Ji, President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, CA Prasanna Kumar D, Vice President ICAI, CA Dr. Jay Kumar Batra, Secretary ICAI, Mr. Jean Boucault, President, International Federation of Accountants, IFAC. Please welcome Ms. Jennifer Lopez, Chief Executive Officer, CAPA, which is the Confederation of Asian and Pacific Accountants. CA Jagjit Singh Jags, Chairman, NIRC of ICAI. CA Ankur Kumar Gupta, Chairman, CIRC. Thank you very much. Can we have a huge round of applause for all the dignitaries on the dais? Thank you. Thank you very much. The lights are there for everyone to see. We will be joined by Chartered Accountant Piyush Goyal ji, our chief guest, the Honorable Union Minister for Commerce and Industry in just a bit. But we are going to start on a very special note. Honorable Guest of Honor, sir, we just celebrated the 77th Republic Day. And the theme this time was a twin theme. One was Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. And the second was we celebrated 150 years of Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram is our national song. It was on 7th of November 1875 that Bankim Chandra Chatterjee wrote Vande Mataram. And when it got published as part of his novel, Anand Mat, it created a stir among those who wanted free India. And 2025, 7th of November, marked 150 years of Vande Mataram. So this year, we had the tableaus on Kartavya Path, particularly the floral one, that depicted the theme of Vande Mataram. So let's start the inaugural session of WOFA with a rendition of Vande Mataram. There's a breaking news I want to share with everyone. First and foremost, let me just share the 2 paragraphs of the national song. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay ji had written 6 stanzas, out of which 2 stanzas form part of the national song of India. The first one is Sujalam, Sufalam, Malayaja Shitalam, Shasya Shamala Mataram, Vande Mataram. It means Swachh Jal, Ann और हरियाली से भरपूर मातृभूमि शीतल, सुंदर और जीवनदायिनी है। हम इस भूमि को नमन करते हैं। और वंदे मातरम का दूसरा स्टैंजा, शुभ्र ज्योत्स्ना पुलकित यामिनी, पुल्लक कुसुमित द्रुमदल शोभिनी, सुहासिनी सुमधुर भाषिनी, सुखदाम वरदाम मातरम वंदे मातरम। इसका अर्थ है चांदनी सी उजली, फूलों से सजी, सदा मुस्कुराने वाली ये धरती अपने लोगों को सुख और आशीर्वाद देती है। ऐसी समृद्ध और करुणामयी मातृभूमि को हम नमन करते हैं। So now that we have shared both the stanzas, we are going to play a video where you can see the lyrics as well. I request everyone to kindly rise. Let us everyone rise and sing Vande Mataram together. Shall we do that? आइए देशभक्ति की भावना से, पूरे श्रद्धा भाव से भारत के राष्ट्रीय गीत वंदे मातरम को एक स्वर में गाते हैं। प्लीज प्ले द वीडियो। थैंक यू। Thank you very much for your participation. Kindly remain standing for the ICAI motto song. Thank you.
Sukteshu Jagrati Yaesha Sukteshu Jagrati Kamam 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 Pursho Nirvimana Nirvimana Tadeva Shukram Tadeva Shukradabam
Thank you very much. Kindly take your seats. We're extremely honored and privileged that in this inaugural session of WAFA, the World Forum of Accountants, as guest of honor, we have with us Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, Chairman Aditya Birla Group. I'd like to request CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, President ICAI, and CA Prasanna Kumar D, Vice President ICAI, to felicitate our distinguished guest of honor. Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla is one of India's most respected industrialists, and we are very happy to always say that, sir, that you are a chartered accountant, one amongst us. He is a fourth generation entrepreneur who's carrying the great legacy forward, creating valuable impact on the society through the business and the core values Aditya Birla Group stands for. So a sustainable welcome through this planter, and the traditional shawl. Gratitude to Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla ji for his gracious presence on the WAFA platform, and this memento. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. And now for a formal welcome address, I'd like to invite CA Dr. Jayakumar Batra, respected Secretary, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India.
Namaskar, good afternoon, and warm greetings to all of you and all those who have joined virtually. I would like to begin with a shlok in Sanskrit. Swagatam suswagatam bhavdavi shobita sabha agmanev bhavantam sartakam samidam shubham, which means a heartfelt welcome to you. This gathering shines with your presence, and your arrival itself has made this occasion auspicious and meaningful. With this shlok at the outset, on behalf of the world's largest professional accounting body, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which is a statutory body established under the Act of Parliament in the year 1949, serving more than 15 lakhs members and students through its 5 regional councils in India, 185 branches in India, 54 overseas chapters and 31 rep offices in 85 global cities of the 47 countries of the world. I would like to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you to this WOFA 2.0. We extend our respectful and warm welcome to our chief guest, CA Piyush Goyal ji, who is going to join us shortly. We extend our respectful and warm welcome to CA Kumar Mangalam Birla ji, Chairman Aditya Birla Group, whose visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to industry, innovation, and social development continue to inspire excellence across sectors. Sir, your esteemed presence enriches the gathering and adds immense value to this forum. I would like to give you warm welcome to you, sir, and I request all the delegates who are attending here to welcome sir with a huge round of applause. I would like to extend our warm welcome to our Honorable President ICAI, CA Charan Josing Nandaji, our Honorable Vice President ICAI, CA Prasanna Kumar DG. Sirs, your presence is adding grace and distinction to today's proceedings. My heartfelt welcome to Mr. John Bouquet, President IFEC, Ms. Jennifer Lopez, CEO CAPA, CA Ankur Kumar Gupta, Chairman, Central India Regional Council of ICAI, CA Jagjeet Singh Jagji, Chairman, Northern India Regional Council of ICAI. We respectfully welcome our respected past presidents whose visionary leadership has always shaped the proud legacy of ICAI. I also extend a warm welcome to esteemed distinguished Central Council members of ICAI and past Central Council members. We warmly welcome our honored government nominees, Regional Council Chairman and Regional Council members of ICAI and past Regional Council members, Branch Chairman and Managing Committee members of all branches of ICAI, Chairperson and Managing Committee members of overseas chapters and rep offices of ICAI who connect ICAI with the global professional community. We warmly welcome the eminent bureaucrats and other government officials who are present here today. We are honored to welcome distinguished global leaders including representatives from IFEC, SAFA, CAPA and other eminent international accounting bodies whose presence reflects the strong global standing of the profession. We extend a special and heartfelt welcome to the distinguished speakers of WOFA joining us from India and across the world. With joint hands and deep respect, ICAI boasts in welcoming our esteemed foreign delegates. A warm welcome to our members and students across India and the globe present here and those who have joined us virtually, whose dedication and inspiration define the future of the profession. We also welcome our friends from media. I extend a special word of welcome to the dedicated officials of ICAI at head office, regional councils, branches, and overseas offices for their tireless efforts. It's my proud privilege to welcome you all to this World Forum of Accountant on the theme Nation Building to Global Collaboration, Strengthening Trust, Enabling Growth. As our ancient wisdom reminds us, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the word is one family. Today, WOFA truly reflects this Indian philosophy, uniting nations, institutions, and professionals on one common platform of knowledge, ethics, and excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, a word of hospitality for you. India believes that Atithi Devo Bhava, the guest is akin to God. From the heart of India and from the house of ICAI, we assure all our distinguished guests, especially our international delegates, with warmth, respect, comfort, and care. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you to this WOFA 2.0. I wish this prestigious forum great success, enriching deliberations, and a lasting global impact. So with these words, thank you very much. And I all request all the participant delegates a huge, huge round of applause for all the dignitaries who are present here. Round of applause for all of you who are attending this program. Applause for the delegates who are attending this program through virtually. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, CA Dr. Jaykumar Batra, Secretary ICI. And as Sir said, that WOFA is happening because of the collaboration amongst everyone. Now we like to say thank you to all the international supporting organizations, IFAC, CAPA, SAFA, PAFA, all the organizations. And now I request CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, President ICI, and CA Prasanna Kumar D, Vice President ICI, to felicitate Mr. Jean Boucaud, President IFAC, International Federation of Accountants, which is the global voice of the profession of accountancy, founded in 1977, and ICI is a proud founding member of IFAC. Thank you very much, Mr. Jean Boucaud, for your presence here at the World Forum of Accountants. So the traditional shawl, the message of sustainability, embracing nature, as Sri Kumar Mangalam Birla presents this planta to Mr. Boucaud, and this memento that shows holding hands together. And you can see even the WOFA logo, we've got this circular wheel, we're holding hands together. It's a collective thing. Thank you very much. We'd like to felicitate Ms. Jennifer Lopez, Chief Executive Officer, Confederation of Asian and Pacific Accountants, CAPA. Thank you very much, Ms. Lopez, for your presence today at the World Forum of Accountants. As President ICI, CA Charanjot Singh Nanda presents her with this traditional shawl. And this memento being presented by Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, that signifies from nation building to global collaboration, strengthening trust, enabling growth. And the message of nature being given by CA Prasanna Kumar D, Vice President ICI, to say thank you to Ms. Jennifer Lopez. Thank you very much, everyone. Kindly take your seats. So when we talk about professional accountants, chartered accountants, ethics is so integral to our profession. Being trustworthy is such an important pillar. What we now want to present to you is a video that's titled Vishwasniye, under the leadership of CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, how this has been a 77 years of glorious journey for the Institute on the strong foundation of being Vishwasniye, trustworthy. Thank you.
In a world of constant change, a partner that stands firm with deep-rooted values of excellence, independence and integrity, and embracing the motto, Yaish Sukteshu Jagrati. Driving India's economic growth is ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. ICAI stands committed to strengthening India's leadership in accounting and finance. Under the visionary leadership of CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, the 73rd President of the world's largest accounting body, ICAI, embarks on a transformative journey. The theme for the year 2025-26, Vishwasniye, meaning trustworthy, resonates with the commitment to be a trusted partner in India's development, illuminating the path towards Viksit Bharat. Asmakam karyam vishwasniyam Viksit Bharatasya samarpitam cha asti. Meaning, our work is trustworthy and dedicated to a developed India. V, vision for Viksit Bharat. V in Vishwasniya symbolizes a vision to make India a Vishwa Guru in the accounting world and steering the nation towards becoming a Viksit Bharat by 2047.
अपनी देश की इकोनॉमी को सही रास्ते पे ले जाने के लिए ये डेडिकेटेड फोर्स है और मैं डायस से एज 73rd प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट आपको कह रहा हूं सर कि सब देश के लिए मर मिटने को तैयार है सर।
I, integrity and ethics.
ICAI ने यूडीएन यानी यूनिक डॉक्यूमेंट आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर की शुरुआत की है। इसके जरिए चार्टर्ड अकाउंट्स के प्रमाण पत्रों का सत्यायन हो रहा है। व्यवसाय में प्रामाणिकता की बहुत आवश्यकता है। मुझे खुशी है कि आपकी यूडीएन के जरिए ये सार्थक प्रयास शुरू किया गया है।
In the world of finance, where trust is paramount, ICAI stands tall as a beacon of integrity and ethics, shaping professionals who uphold the highest standards of ethics and accountability.
आपका सिग्नेचर सत्यता की, भरोसे की गवाही देता है। चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स देश के इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम के भरोसेमंद एम्बेसडर होते हैं। आप सरकार और टैक्स देने वाले नागरिकों और कंपनियों के बीच इंटरफेस का काम करते हैं। आपका सिग्नेचर देश के प्रधानमंत्री के सिग्नेचर की वो ताकत नहीं है जो ताकत एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के सिग्नेचर की होती है।
S stands for sustainability and social impact. That is embedded in ICAI's core and actions. H, holistic professional and leadership development. CA Charanjot Singh Nanda is an ardent proponent of holistic professional and leadership development. He believes that a healthy mind and a balanced life are the true foundations of professional success. A, for accelerating digital transformation. To keep Indian CAs at the forefront, ICAI is continuously accelerating digital transformation initiatives and has further strengthened the AI in ICAI committee. S, for stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder engagement is vital for true progress, and President ICAI strongly advocates public participation, emphasizing Janabhagidari at all levels. ICAI will actively collaborate with stakeholders for knowledge sharing, policy making, educating and creating awareness and fostering collective growth. Nation-first approach. Dedicating over 1.4 million CA professionals and students for the progress of the nation. I stands for innovation and entrepreneurship. Driving startups and MSMEs. Through initiatives like the ICAI Startup Samvad and MSME Yatra, ICAI provides free advisory services, capacity building programs, and financial empowerment, strengthening MSMEs as the growth engines of the economy. Why? Youth and women-led development. ICAI believes that youth are the architects of change and women-led development is the foundation of a progressive nation. With 67% of its members aged 40 or younger and one-third being women, ICAI is fostering a new era of leadership and inclusivity. A for accountability, trust and transparency. As the financial soldier of the economy, ICAI marches with accountability, stand firm on trust and illuminate the path with transparency, safeguarding prosperity, ensuring stability and strengthening the financial landscape of the country. Vishwasniya is a vision where digital revolution, leadership, innovation, integrity, sustainability unite with humanity to shape a prosperous India. Together, we forge a developed India that inspires the world. ICAI है निरंतर प्रयासरत अपने लक्ष्य की ओर बनाना है विकसित भारत थामे सशक्त विश्वास की डोर
Vishwasniya ICAI. And now we have amongst us the honor of having the chief guest of WAFA 2.0. Please welcome Chartered Accountant Piyush Goyal, the Honorable Union Minister for Commerce and Industry. And I'd like to request all the dignitaries to please step forward so that we can have the lamp lighting ceremony first. If we can get the lamp set up. Let me tell you more about Piyush Goyal ji. He is a member of parliament with Lok Sabha representing Northern Mumbai. And sir, first and foremost, congratulations for the historic FTA that India has inked with the European Union. Can we have a huge round of applause for the minister and his entire team at Commerce and Industry Ministry. As is the Indian tradition, we will start with the auspicious lamp lighting with the prayer that the light of the lamp will bring health, wealth, prosperity in every household.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता
तो ज्ञानदायिनी वीणा धारिणी माँ सरस्वती का आशीर्वाद हमें मिल गया है. Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, music and the arts. So to the illumination of the lamp, once again a sincere heartfelt prayer for happiness, harmony and prosperity of every household for humanity. Thank you everyone for doing the honors. And now for his address, I'd like to invite CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, Honorable President, ICAI.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The most honorable chief guest of the day, our own chartered accountant, Commerce Minister, CA Piyush Goyal ji, the guest of honor, again our own chartered accountant, CA Kumar Mangalam Birla ji, my Vice President, CA Prasanna Kumar D, who hails from Visakhapatnam, Mr. John Bouquet, President IFEC, Madam Jennifer Lopez, CEO Kappa, the chairman of both the regional councils, Jagjit ji, Ankur ji, Jay Batra ji, Secretary, very important guests, past presidents, past council members, present council members, past regional council members, members of the branches, ladies and gentlemen. Who would be more happier than the 73rd president of the institute? That is me. You look across, dais से इतना खूबसूरत नजारा, वो नजारा जो सालों और सदियों के बाद नुमाया होता है, इतने लोग मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में एक साथ कभी नहीं देखे. It is God sent. And the best part which I was discussing with Birla Sahab, first time the entire dais comprises of chartered accountants, our brothers and sisters. There is a saying, birds of the same feather flock together. We all have to move to create value for this country. Set up an act of parliament way back on 1st July 1949. We transformed to be the largest accounting body of the world with over 5,30,000 members and 12 lakh students. My dear participants, it's a great honor bestowed upon us to host this World Forum of Accountants 2.0 in Noida, which is very near to Delhi. Therefore, you see both the chairmen, the North India Regional Council, the Central India Regional Council adoring the dais. I want to very candidly put across that internationally also I want to congratulate the Honorable Minister that he has set an era of FTAs. What we have done with the European Union puts us at par with all international counterparts. Whatever we offer, without duties, without tariff, will ultimately usher this profession of chartered accountancy to near and unprecedented heights. Ladies and gentlemen, I will discuss 5 points in 5 minutes and then a line from the dais. First important thing, our indulgence in nation building. I want to very candidly tell you when Operation Operation Sindoor started, I was in Bhatinda. There was total blackout. From there I went to Chandigarh, again blackout. Rajesh, our council colleague, was also with me. I started in the morning, gave a call to the secretary that on Operation Sindoor, I want to speak to my members and students. You'll be more than happy by the time I reached the institute. 55,000 members were waiting to get interaction on what is the role of chartered accountants with regard to the help given to government with Operation Sindoor. By next day, 24 hours, 14 lakh people had joined. मैं अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल, मैं अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल, लोग जुड़ते गए, कारवां बनता गया. Second important thing, when you talk about the profession, you talk about its professional credence. Internationally, 81% of technology initiatives emerged from India. Leave aside artificial intelligence, where we have more than 35,000 qualified chartered accountants. You go to blockchains, you go to Internet of Things, data analytics, cyber security audits, information security audits. We are the undisputed world leaders. You all know that we use IFRS. We pay royalty for the IFRS to IFRS Foundation situated in London. You'll be more than happy to know that now we have set 23 forensic standards, and in the coming council on 6th February, we will bring the information system audit standards, the first in the world, and the entire world now wants to pay royalty to us for using our forensic standards. We don't stop here. Sir, Chief Guest, sir, and Guest of Honor, sir, I'll tell you one very important, interesting thing. We were very keen to have an MOU with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Singapore. We tried a lot, but somehow things did not materialize. And then the President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Singapore, came to our World Forum of Accountants, which was at that time called World Congress of Accountants. As was customary, our President sitting here, Mr. Devashish Mitra, went ahead and invited him to come to our BKC. The moment he came there, he was astonished, taken aback. He said, what a beautiful, outrageous, great, marvelous, splendid, fantabulous building it is. Our President very humbly said, he said, sir, we have 130 such buildings in the country. History was created. He went back and wrote. He said, I don't feel appropriate to have an MOU with India, with ICAI, because MOU entails two parties. Rather, I want to make a unilateral announcement that made us on the top of the international accounting bodies. He said, any Indian chartered accountant who remains in Singapore for reason whatsoever for more than 6 months shall assume the membership of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Singapore by merely giving an application. कहते हैं ना, देते ना थे जो जवाब उनके सलाम आने लगे, देते ना थे जो जवाब उनके सलाम आने लगे, वक्त बदला तो मेरे नीम के पेड़ पर आम आने लगे. Honorable Piyush Goyal sir, with FTA, you have given us the requisite respect which we demanded, sir. We have opened up. I'll tell you, on 10th December, we have a council meeting. We allowed advertising and solicitation to chartered accountants in a limited way from 1st April 2026. We came out with international networking guidelines, which was a call over the decade that is placed on the table and will be very shortly publishing it. Maybe it is published or it will be published in a day or so. We are now very keen on creating Indian Big Four, the dream of the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. We all want to go ahead and create value. I want to very candidly tell you that our thought process shall only rest once we have huge Indian Big Four, huge Indian firms who are able to add value. I was so happy when I was speaking to the Honorable Guest of Honor. He was concerned about what Indian CA firms earn. He had a discussion on the dais only. So I promise to you, even I will lay my office on 12th February 2026, but my predecessor, Prasanna Kumar D, and my entire council of which I will be a part, shall ensure that we bring into perspective Indian Big Fours. We are very keen on sustainability, ESG, with coming out with sustainability standards. So ladies and gentlemen, my initiative entirely would be on this. Third very important thing, as chartered accountants, we are answerable to our students. You'll be happy to know that our scholarship fund runs to 500 crore rupees. The interest of a year is more than 40 crore rupees, which we don't only give to CS students, we give to all students who want to register and come even for foundation. The fourth important thing, our national service. We have a MOU with C&AG office. We do so many training for C&AG officers and other accountants for Panchayati Raj and Municipal Raj. We do a lot of things for the entire government associated. We have an outfit, Accounting Research Foundation. We take pilot projects to make things move. And fifth and the last thing, which I say on an emotional note, the way chartered accountants have excelled, the way they have taken control of the entire working. कहते हैं ना, हाथ की लकीरें भी बड़ी शातिर होती हैं, हाथ की लकीरें भी बड़ी शातिर होती हैं, कमबख्त मुट्ठी में तो होती हैं, काबू में नहीं होती. We are very keen to put ICAI at a perspective where everyone, acknowledges the role of chartered accountant. Each and every member and student of my community is my brand ambassador. My last clear call to all of you to rise, to make our country an economic power and make our institute the best institute of the world. I want to thank both the Honorable Chief Guest and the Honorable Guest of Honor who took time to come and address to us. Close than 10,000 people. I see so many standing at the back. Come here to listen to their words of wisdom. They have truly made us proud. And ladies and gentlemen, let us all work together to make our country an economic great power. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, CA Charanjot Singh Nanda sir, President ICAI. And I now request the President and the Vice President ICAI to felicitate the Chief Guest, Chartered Accountant Piyush Goyal. The Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry has been real busy, particularly after the historic FTA. Today, I'm being told he had interaction with a lot of foreign delegations. He had television briefings, but for you to take time out and be here in person to be a part of WAFA motivates us a lot. Thank you very much, Shri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Sustainable planter welcome. The traditional shawl to express our gratitude. And see, that's the camaraderie and collaboration. So Chartered Accountant Piyush Goyal offers the shawl to Chartered Accountant Kumar Mangalam Birla. Can we have one more shawl? Yes, thank you. And then the next part we want to do is, everyone, we want to request our dignitaries to release the souvenir. So if you can get the copies of the souvenir, please. So we have made a WAFA souvenir. This particular booklet is a treasure trove. I'd like to request Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Guest of Honor, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, other dignitaries on the dais, to please release the WAFA souvenir. So as part of the World Forum of Accountants 2.0, the WAFA souvenir stands released. Congratulations. The souvenir has got a lot of very interesting articles. It has messages from the ICAI leadership, goodwill messages from the dignitaries, more about WAFA, and articles from IFAC, CAPA, global authors, Indian Chartered Accountants, and I'm sure it'll make a very good reading. Your copy of it will reach you very soon. But as far as the message from dignitaries are concerned, we're very happy to share that we have also received the goodwill message from the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. And with the permission of the Chair, I'd like to read the message that the Honorable Prime Minister has shared. It is a pleasure to learn about the World Forum of Accountants organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI. The theme, Nation Building to Global Collaboration, Strengthening Trust, Enabling Growth, aligns well with the vision of building a developed India for global good. The global economy is going through a period of historic transformation. The way economic value is created, measured, and trusted is changing rapidly, shaped by technology, global integration, and rising expectations of transparency and accountability. Chartered accountants are respected for their financial expertise and professional competence across the globe. They have long been custodians of financial discipline and institutional trust. ICAI's commitment to further enhancing transparency, accountability, and ethical practices has strengthened our financial institutions and fostered trust in the economy. Today, the responsibility of this profession is expanding. Accountants are engaging with various developments such as digital transformation, evolving regulatory architectures, and the growing use of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence. This calls for technical excellence, adaptability, and global cooperation. As the world's largest democracy and the fastest growing major economy, India is uniquely positioned to facilitate a meaningful dialogue on global financial standards and frameworks. The conference is an expression of this responsibility. It is commendable that the ICAI has taken the lead in that direction. May the deliberations help in shaping the future of accountancy. Let us work together to build a financial ecosystem that is transparent, tech-enabled, and trusted by all stakeholders. I wish WAFA 2.0 all success and hope that this gathering strengthens the bonds of professional excellence and cooperation. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of Bharat. Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister, sir, for sending your message and greetings. Thank you. And now I request the Honorable Guest of Honor for the World Forum of Accountants, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, sir, Chairman Aditya Birla Group, to share his special address.
Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal ji, ICAI President, Mr. Charanjit Singh Nanda, distinguished office bearers, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon. Thank you for that very warm welcome. Firstly, it's a privilege to have in our midst the man who has quite literally redefined the architecture of trade deals with the mother of all deals, Piyush ji. The India-EU trade deal. I think there should be a movie made on this deal. Movie ka naam rehna chahiye 20 saal baad, I was told, because that's how long it's taken for this deal. It's been in the making for 20 years, 2 long decades of near misses and complex negotiations brought to a close by Piyush ji with tenacity and strategy. Congratulations, Piyush ji. Guided by the Prime Minister's vision and powered by your strategic finesse, India has not only strengthened its core interests, but also expanded its global footprint with conviction. And above all, the message to the world is clear. India means business. My compliments to you, Piyush ji, once again. Now turning to my fraternity, my fellow chartered accountants, being in this room with all of you feels like a homecoming of sorts. As you all know, I'm a proud member of this fraternity. Wherever I go, I receive an overwhelming amount of love and affection from fellow chartered accountants, and for that, I remain deeply grateful to the community. Thanks to my CA, I learned lessons which were far beyond just balancing books. I learned that along with the devil, even the truth exists in the details. The principle to stay true and accurate became a compass for me, and I have used it throughout my life, both professionally and personally. A big round of applause to the CA fraternity and to the ICAI for nurturing our community with so much of passion. Thank you. I've been asked to speak on the theme India and Economic Power in the Making. A lot of what I speak has been architected by Piyush ji as one of the members of a great team led by Modi ji. So Piyush ji, these are my perspectives, and do let me have your views later on our drive back to Delhi. But before we look ahead, let me take you back to August 25, barely 5 months ago, when India was hit by 50% tariffs. In that moment, many feared that our growth story would lose momentum and that the narrative itself would be tested. India's response, the government's response, was calm, deliberate, and decisive. The government moved quickly with the next generation of reforms, a significant GST rationalization, long-pending labor reforms, and a renewed push to improve competitiveness. And the numbers reflect that confidence. GDP growth in the last quarter came in at 8.2%. Exports in December rose 2.9% year-on-year, following a sharp 19.4% increase in November. This is the face of new India, a confident India, and an India that is capable of scripting its own destiny. Let me ask all of you a simple question. How many of you here believe that we will be worse off in the next decade and that life will get harder for the next generation? Let's do a show of hands very quickly. Okay, so that answer is pretty unequivocal. Now, what if I told you that this optimism is becoming increasingly rare everywhere else in the world? A global consultancy recently ran a poll across America, Britain, Canada, the EU, and Japan. And across all the 27 countries surveyed, the conclusion was remarkably consistent. And I was very surprised to hear this. A majority of people believe that life will be harder for the next generation. And that is why I believe that there has rarely been a more consequential time to be an Indian and in India. This is unmistakably India's era. The headline numbers are familiar enough. India is now the world's fourth largest economy, with a growing sense of inevitability about it breaking into the top three in the near term, and that feels much preordained now. What is perhaps less discussed and even more important is what happens next. How India builds, organizes, and reforms itself as a large, complex, middle-income economy, especially as we operate in a world that offers little comfort in certainty. And so in this uncertain world, I'm going to make a bold move and make 4 predictions about India over the next decade. These are not forecasts in the narrow sense. They are reflections on direction, not on destination. And the important point for me is that the plumbing for many of these outcomes has already begun. Let me start with my first call. By the end of this decade, global manufacturing will no longer be revolve around a single center of gravity. It will be shaped by 2, India and China. So for 3 decades, global manufacturing, as we know, rested on a deceptive, simple organizing principle: scale in one geography, and the world relied on it for efficiency. That model delivered extraordinary results, but it also had embedded in it a fragile assumption that the world would keep consuming, that China would keep producing, and political stability will keep the political lanes open. That assumption, as we know, no longer holds true. Global value chains are in a flux, and just to quote some data, tariff escalations alone reshuffled more than 400 billion of trade flows in 2025, according to the World Economic Forum, and companies are relearning an old lesson that efficiency without resilience is no longer efficient. And this is where India enters the frame. And Piyushji, please correct me later if I got any of this wrong. Over the next decade, India's expanding economic weight will not merely shift supply chains at the margins. It will influence how supply chains are designed. Manufacturing investment now flows towards economies that can absorb shocks, manage risks, and offer credible alternatives at scale. And India offers precisely this blend: an expansive domestic market, a deepening industrial base, and a democratic resilience that India gives confidence to for long-term capital. And I believe that the structural logic is clear. By the mid-2030s, India will account for close to a quarter of the world's incremental workforce. This as labor pools shrink across most major manufacturing economies. And this alignment between expanding productive capacity and long-term market depth in India is increasingly rare. What began as a China plus one hedge is evolving into something much more durable. And for a growing number of global firms, and I can say that with confidence, India is becoming the market that justifies the factory. The early signals are already visible. India now assembles nearly a fifth of the world's iPhones. Final assembly at scale is rarely an endpoint. As it grows, components localize. As components localize, tooling, logistics, chemicals, and industrial services follow, and India's advantage will come from this steady accumulation of what I call industrial density. Logistics will only amplify the effect. India's logistics costs, which were once close to 14% of GDP, are now less than 8%, and each percentage reduction unlocks billions of dollars in competitiveness. It also expands the range of products that can be manufactured domestically and at scale. As friction falls, supply chains that once bypassed India will increasingly route through it. While India gets more and more plugged into global supply chains and ecosystems, our domestic consumption economy will be our biggest strength. The India consumer market will be one of the top 3 growth engines of the world and for the world. And that is my second forecast. We are projected to hit a milestone of a $4.3 trillion spend by 2030. To put this into perspective, this is where China was roughly 10 years ago. With 100 million plus affluent households, we are looking at a consuming class that is the size of Japan's total population today. This level of spending has transformative potential for India. MNCs in India have already tasted success. The domestic valuations of some of these MNCs outpace that of the parent company itself. India could increasingly account for up to 20% of an MNC's total business and therefore become their most important growth driver. The India opportunity was historically a mirage in some ways, a glimmering future, but with an uncertain path to get there. Our phenomenal geographic, linguistic, and cultural fragmentation has always required new-to-the-world innovations on products, on marketing, and on branding. However, technology is now enabling what I would call multiple layers of leapfrogging. A case in point is the story of quick commerce, which has grown to $6 billion in just 3 years. While the underlying mobile regulation leapfrogged fixed phones, quick commerce has dragged our urban population straight from the Kirana world into unlimited choice within 10 minutes, or let me say maybe 15 minutes. This model you perhaps know is uniquely successful in India, and the next layer of leapfrogging, I believe, will see brands use never before available data and insights to tailor their product offerings. Personalization that is difficult to even visualize today. On to my third prediction then, infrastructure will stop being India's bottleneck and become its edge. Infrastructure in India is beginning to stop constraining growth and actually has started to amplify it. India's infrastructure story is no longer about just how much we build. It is increasingly about how fast we build. A shift from filling historic gaps to executing at the frontier of technology. The scale, of course, is formidable. Nearly $1.7 trillion is expected to be invested by 2030, with rapid progress in roads and expressways, forming the backbone of economic integration. Urban renewal, water systems, logistics, and transport networks are finally receiving the attention that they have deserved. By catching up by itself, but catching up by itself is no longer the ambition. Across the country, projects that once felt aspirational are now becoming fairly routine. Urban metro systems, Himalayan tunnels, high-speed rail corridors, and large sea bridges are moving from concept to execution. For example, the Indian Railways has electrified close to 99% of its network, roughly 3 times the electrified rail length of the UK. And this despite operating on a far larger and more complex scale. City skylines, as we can see, are changing. Mumbai and Noida now look like any other city in Asia. The next phase of infrastructure growth demands execution at the frontier. Tighter timelines, higher safety standards, deeper coordination, and lower tolerance for failure. Meeting that challenge requires a significant upgrade in institutional capability. I believe that that upgrade is already visible in India. Take cement, for example. A decade ago, our cement company, Ultratech Cement, operated with a capacity of around 60 million tons. Today, it exceeds 190 million tons. making it the largest producer of cement in the world outside of China. UltraTech's capacity alone is almost twice that of the entire United States cement industry. Just beyond expansion, this reflects the ability to plan, finance, and execute multiple projects at global scale, and that too simultaneously. The same pattern is evident in urban infrastructure. Metro systems that once relied heavily on foreign expertise for complex tunneling and systems integration are increasingly being delivered by Indian firms. So experience is compounding and execution risk is falling. This broad-based strengthening of domestic capability is, I believe, what will ultimately determine the success of India's infrastructure push. Capital can build assets, but institutions determine outcomes. And it is this shift from building more to building better and faster that will turn infrastructure from a historical bottleneck into a durable competitive edge. My fourth prediction, India will forge a unique growth model, rapid, responsible, and radically different. Over the next decade, our energy consumption is set to double as our incomes and our reliance on technology keep growing. Our total requirement will rival that of the entire EU. Every country in history has followed a similar path through industrialization, that is, ramping up fossil fuel consumption and increasing carbon intensity. India, on the other hand, is already demonstrating a refreshingly different path that will set an example for the rest of the developing world. Our government's aggressive solar push has ensured that we have hit our target of 50% of power from non-fossil sources 5 years ahead of plan. The ambition for renewables for the next 5 years is to get to what is equivalent to India's entire installed capacity of total power today. This is, I believe, unprecedented. At a similar per capita income, even China, which is the leader in clean energy, had higher fossil fuel consumption, and of course Japan, Europe and the US had even higher levels of carbon intensity. The Indian approach is also making use of solar technologies in a way that are uniquely suited to our population. Domestic solar installations, solar pumps for farmers are driving lower energy bills, greater self-reliance, and enabling a grassroots movement to a more sustainable development model. And at the core of this decentralized model is the ability to allow households to contribute directly to the march of our economy. We have so far benefited from global investments in clean technology, manufacturing, and declining cost curves. Batteries, solar modules, and wind turbine costs have dropped on the back of China's massive production, but we will increasingly see India take on the role of one of the prime manufacturers in the clean technology space. Large tenders and a concerted push by the government have already put India in the third place globally. I firmly believe that investments are an important forward-looking signal. In the last year, India was the largest clean technology investment destination globally. Over the next decade or so, India's per capita income is likely to rise from roughly $3,000 today to $10,000. I believe this marks a powerful psychological inflection point, the moment when a country begins to see itself and is seen by others as a consequential force in the global order. As economies move through this range, the most visible changes, rising consumption, massive infrastructure upgrades, and urbanization tend to attract the spotlight, but they often conceal a deep transformation, which is that of institutional maturity, deepening of entrepreneurial risk appetite, and a win-win compact between the government and industry, as also a broadening of national aspiration that calibrate and recalibrate a country's development journey. This will be an India that feels no need to announce its arrival. It will simply be present in supply chains, in brands, in products, in ideas, and in conversations. Familiar, dependable, and over time, increasingly difficult to imagine the world without. In the next decade, India will emerge as a leading global economic power and a vital engine of global growth. The real question is not whether we rise, but how fast we rise. Let us build an economy that is distinctly Indian, digital, inclusive, sustainable, and rooted in our civilizational values. The opportunity before us is historic, and all of us together have a role to play in making that future real. I will conclude with just two short messages. Bet on India, bet on yourself. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, for sharing your thoughts on the progress of Indian economy and your predictions going forward. And as you summed up well, bet on India, bet on yourself for a greater good. Thank you so much. And I now invite Shri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, for his inaugural address. Thank you very much.
A very, very good afternoon to all my brother chartered accountants, brothers and sisters. Indeed delighted to be amongst possibly the largest gathering of chartered accountants that I have addressed in my last 40 years. I had a very large number of chartered accountants assemble in Kandivli or Borivali during my elections sometime in April 2024. And I had thought that was the largest that I had seen so far. There are more chartered accountants in my constituency than anywhere else in the country, Noida included. But I never thought I will see twice that number of people. And a big shout out to all of you for the future of the profession. I am going to go back today doubly assured that the profession is in safe hands, and all of you flag bearers, torch bearers of the profession will continue to keep the India story strong, rapidly growing, and making its mark on the world stage. My best wishes to all of you. My good friend, the chairman of the Aditya Birla Group, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla ji, whom we just heard as he encouraged all of us to think big, be bold, look at the India story from the lens of 2026 and beyond, and who through his very successful work in industry, in business, has forayed internationally and taken the India story across continents successfully. As a proud chartered accountant, he stands before us as a role model, and I'm sure all of us have a lot to take back from all that Mr. Birla has guided us and shared with us this afternoon. Our very beloved President of the Institute, CA Charanjit Singh Nanda, whom I've always looked upon as a very motivational leader. full of enthusiasm, deep commitment to the profession, and a positivity that is infectious. Charanjit leads from the front along with all his other colleagues, Prasanna, Jaykumar, Jagjit, Ankur. We are also delighted to have with us Mr. Jean Boucaud, the President of the International Federation of Accountants, and Ms. Jennifer Lopez, the Chief Executive Officer of the Confederation of Asian and Pacific Accountants, and such a wonderful gathering of chartered accountants who have decided to be a part of India's journey towards Viksit Bharat, a developed, a prosperous India by 2047, when we celebrate 100 years of independence as a $30 trillion economy, as an economy that will be the envy of the world, where chartered accountants will be playing a very important role, not only within India, but as a bridge between India and the rest of the world. Friends, we live in very uncertain times. Way back in 1987, about 40 years ago, from the United States of America, at their US Army War College, a term was coined, VUCA, the VUCA world. That was in the context of the Cold War that had just shown signs of getting over. But when we look at the world today, you see all around us volatility, uncertainty, complexities, and ambiguity. And very clearly, these are very turbulent, very unpredictable times. We are living in a world where things change by the minute. We are living in a world where only those with self-confidence, with talent, with skills, with the ability to think big, to look into the future, to crystal gaze and plan amidst all this difficult times that are going on. It is the courageous, the bold people who will be successful in the future. Amidst all these difficult, uncertain times, India stands as an oasis in a desert. We stand tall as a country with strong macroeconomic fundamentals. We are the fastest growing large economy in the world. We continue to post high growth rates with abysmally low inflation. We have a robust banking system, strong foreign currency reserves. As Mr. Birla mentioned, despite all the turbulence in the international trading markets, India's exports, both in goods, merchandise, and services, continue to grow even in the current year until 21st of January, the last figure that I have on my mobile. And I am confident, given the hard work, the perseverance, and the abilities of 1.4 billion young Indians, we will continue to beat our own records. We will continue to grow relentlessly and will soon become the world's third largest economy. Incidentally, look at the changing mindset of the nation. I still remember, as if it was yesterday, when the former finance minister, Mr. P. Chidambaram, presented his last budget in 2014, an interim budget. And thank God it was his last budget, because he had already brought the economy down from 8% growth to 4% growth, and inflation up from 4% to double digit. In his last budget speech, he had made a prediction. At that point of time, India was the world's 11th largest economy. He had said, and I quote, may not be exact quote, I'm not carrying the quote with me, but broadly, he had said that in the next 30 years, India will become the world's third largest economy. Friends, from 2014, you add 30 years, the Congress party had thought India will become the world's third largest economy by 2044. It took a decisive leader like Prime Minister Narendra Modi to change the thinking, to bring dynamism to the whole economy, to bring confidence to 1.4 billion Indians, that from the 11th largest economy in 2014, we are confident today that in the next 2 years, we will become the world's third largest economy. A good 16 years before it was projected in 2014. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the change that you can see, you can witness in the remotest corner of India today. When you carry an Indian passport and go overseas, do you feel a change in the respect that your Indian passport gets you today than what you got 12 years ago? Can you feel that change, friends? When you show an Indian passport, they look up to you with pride. They look up to every Indian with respect, because they know the future is ours. Today, India does not engage with the rest of the world as a country only looking to protect, as a country which is apologetic about its performance, as a country which is scared of the developed world. Earlier, in the period 2009, 10, 11, we saw India entering into some free trade agreements. We saw India entering into free trade agreements which till today, 15 years later, haven't helped us greatly expand our exports to those countries despite the free trade agreement. They were imbalanced against India's interests. They were not bold enough to offer opportunities to our Indian businesses to grow our international engagements. They were not comprehensive enough to provide our chartered accountants enough opportunities to go and serve across continents. They were often done with countries who are our competitors and who ultimately landed up exporting more to India, whereas India didn't get enough markets despite having free trade agreements. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has completely changed the way India engages with the world. He has changed the thinking. He has changed our ability to engage with the developed countries with self-confidence, with the courage of conviction that what we have to offer is a lot, and we should get correspondingly a very good deal from the other side. We are today focused on fair, equitable, balanced trade agreements. Obviously, every trade agreement will have to have a win-win for both sides. ताली दो हाथ से बजती है, और जब तक दोनों को लाभ नहीं हो, तब तक कोई भी समझौता सफल नहीं हो सकता। परंतु समझौता ऐसा होना चाहिए जिसमें हमारे लाभ की, हमारे फायदे की जो चीजें हैं, उसमें हमें पर्याप्त मौका मिले, पर्याप्त ताकत मिले। और मैं आपको विश्वास दिला सकता हूं भाई और बहनों, हमने 8 फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट गत 4 वर्षों में किए हैं। ये 8 एग्रीमेंट सभी के सभी विकसित देशों के साथ हुए। ये 8 एग्रीमेंट ऐसे देशों के साथ हुए जो समृद्ध हैं, जिनकी पर कैपिटा जीडीपी हमसे काफी बड़ी है, जिसमें लेबर कॉस्ट ज्यादा है, जिसमें लेबर की साधारणता शॉर्टेजेस है, जहां पे हमें नए अवसर मिलेंगे, विशेषकर उन क्षेत्रों में जहां पर हमारी ताकत है। और ये 8 समझौते 37 विकसित देशों को कवर करते हैं। These 8 free trade agreements cover all of Europe, the 27-nation European Union bloc, the 4-nation EFTA bloc, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Iceland, and United Kingdom. So 32 major European economies all are a part of these 8 FTAs. Apart from that, we have Australia, New Zealand, United Arab Emirates, and Oman. All of these countries need talent, need skills, need youthful people for their economies to even survive, let alone grow. We are engaged in active dialogue with many other developed nations with different benefits to the nation. We'll soon close an FTA with Chile. It'll open up critical minerals for India. When we did an FTA with Switzerland, Norway, and the four-nation bloc of EFTA countries, we got them to commit $100 billion investment in India as FDI. स्टॉक मार्केट में नहीं डाल सकते कि आज डाल दिया कल निकाल दिया. Long-term sustainable funding for infrastructure, for innovation, for precision manufacturing, creating jobs for Indians. And friends, $100 billion, which is about 9 lakh crores, will seed nearly 50 lakh crore rupees investment with Indian participation, with debt, with the ecosystem getting a benefit. And while they are expected to create 1 million direct jobs, they will create 50 lakh jobs in the aggregate. And this is only one FTA. New Zealand has given a similar $20 billion commitment. And by the way, look at the contrast. New Zealand has in the last 25 years invested only $70 million. That's all, $70 million. In today's context, that is about 630 crore rupees. In 25 years, they have only invested $70 million. The next 15 years, they are committed to invest $20 billion, $20,000 million. And if they do not invest, I can claw back, I can withdraw, I as in India can withdraw the concessions that we have given to EFTA or to New Zealand. And why did they make this commitment? Because they recognize that India is a growing market. India is on a fast trajectory which will take us to greater heights. India has youthful talent. India has unparalleled skills. Our young men and women are not only educated, they are aspirational. They are willing to work hard. They can be trusted to deliver. And in today's world, talent, hard work, integrity, and the desire to achieve big, to dream big, is a potent combination. It's a very, very strong combination which our youthful Indians possess and which is today in demand across the world. After all, it is for no small reason that Her Excellency, the President of the European Union Commission, called the India-EU FTA the mother of all deals. It covers 2 billion people, 1/3 of humanity, 25% of global GDP, and about 25 to 30% of international trade. The European Union alone imports goods worth nearly $7 trillion and services worth $3 trillion. That's a $10 trillion market waiting for all of us. Ours to grab, ours to seize the moment. Our current exports, barely a fraction of that. Potential, unlimited. Are we willing to grab those opportunities? That is in our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we have opportunities for professionals, independent professionals. We have opportunities in global capability centers, which will attract in a large measure. We already have about 2,000 of them in India, many more yet to come. Huge investment opportunity as we create a trusted partnership with developed nations, as we provide the segue, the pathway towards certainty, predictability, a stable tax environment, decisive leadership, the demographic dividend of young India, the democracy which we hold with pride, which provides the rule of law, and ultimately the confidence that nobody will ever be discriminated in India. Everybody will get justice and a rightful place to work in India. It is in this context, chartered accountants have a major role to play. I can see before my eyes as the country grows, as investment grows, as businesses expand. It is all of us assembled in this room and beyond, the 5.25 lakh chartered accountants or the 4.25 lakh active chartered accountants across the 184 chapters all over India or the 47 countries that we operate in, and many more to come, I hope, who will ultimately play an important role, who will showcase the India story to the world, who will present the benefits of India and the Indian market to stakeholders, who will sign and certify accounts. The true and fair value that you certify is what brings investment, it's what brings capital, is what attracts businesses to come to India. And I have no doubt in my mind that there is potential for chartered accountants not only in India but across the whole wide world, because the training, the rigorous training that you and I have gone through, the principles that this institute and the curriculum of our institute teaches us, the wide breadth of knowledge that working in India we all acquire will hold us in good stead anywhere in the world. And I would like to urge all of you not to be satisfied with the work you are doing. I desire that each one of us aspires big, dreams big. I would urge all of you, as Mr. Nanda just said, they are also open to ideas. Institute is opening up the profession to help you showcase your capabilities to the whole world. We need to see some big firms in the country. We need to see some of you forging partnerships with different skill sets so that you go out there providing knowledge, providing services, helping people in their businesses, both in India and across the world. to scale up. And I do think that each one of you here alone is a very, very strong and powerful contributor to the Indian growth story. But collectively, when it becomes 1 plus 1, it's not 2, it's 11. And when we do 1 plus 1 plus 1, it certainly is not 3, it's 111. And therefore, each one of you, let's plan big. Let's look to the future. Let's crystal gaze and see what role chartered accountants can play in the Amrit Kal to make India a $30 trillion economy. Let us assess what we as chartered accountants will be able to do when India is a $30 trillion economy. Let us try and understand the needs of tomorrow. Let us prepare ourselves, create the necessary skill sets, move beyond the current comfort zone in which we are operating today. Seize the opportunity, accept big challenges, go deeper into the opportunities available around the world. In fact, I would urge the Institute, let us also have some training, some part of the curricula on global opportunities. It could be in trade, it could be in manufacturing, services. There are a variety of ways in which we need to expand globally. No country in the world has become a superpower, has become a developed nation, unless we engage with the world, unless we are willing to be bold. And I would urge the Institute, I would urge all my brothers and sisters in this profession, let's equip ourselves with the necessary tools to make the maximum advantage of the opportunities around the world. There's need for accountants, there's need for consultants, there is the entrepreneurial journey open to all of you. It is not only the world of finance, but the intersection of finance and technology, which will rule the roost in the future. Let us forge partnerships. Let us have seminars and conferences where we disseminate global opportunities. Let us encourage young students, and we have 12 lakh students, to already start working to understand international law, international global best practices. Friends, let's not think short term, let's not think small. If each one of us, and we are 10,000 of us assembled here today, if each one of us goes back from this conference committed to playing a much larger role in the years to come in the India growth story, in our own contribution to the world, I can assure you, as the Honorable Prime Minister had said, this profession has the capacity to protect and sustain the entire economy. I would add, this profession has the ability and the confidence to take this country in the Amrit Kal to greater heights, to make this a developed nation, and make us an international superpower. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you with lots and lots of success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, for sharing the growth story of India and the potential it offers. So we are all committed that when the year 2047 comes and we celebrate 100 years of India's freedom, we will be a $30 trillion economy. Thank you very much, sir. And now to propose formal vote of thanks in the inaugural session, I'd like to invite CA Prasanna Kumar D, respected Vice President, ICAI. Thank you.
Most respected CA Piyush Goyal sir, Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and the Chief Guest for today's function, respected CA Kumaranam Mangalam Birla sir, Chairman of Aditya Birla Group, and the guest of honor for today's inaugural session, Mr. John Bouquet, the President of IFAC, and special guest for today's function, with Jennifer Lopez, CEO of CAPA, and respected CA Charanjit Nanda sir, Honorable President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and CA Dr. Jacob Bhatta, the Secretary and the Chairman of the NIRC, CA Jagdish Singh Jags, and CARC, CA Ankur Gupta, all the past presidents, my colleagues in Central Council, past Central Council members, Regional Council members, Management Committee members of the branches, speakers, my dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. Today is a great day and a historical day in the history of the ICAI, where close to 9,000 chartered accountants are registered as delegates for the first time in the history of ICAI. And we're all present under one roof. This is a great milestone achieved under the dynamic leadership of Honorable President Sir, C.A. Charanjit Nanda. Another speciality of today is, already Honorable President Sir said that all those seated on the dais are all from the accounting profession from different parts of the world. This is the first time in the history of ICAI that inauguration of international conference is done by all the accounting professionals, especially the first time the chief guest is a chartered accountant and guest of honor is also a chartered accountant. C.A. Piyush Goyal sir is the longest serving Minister for Commerce and Industry in this country. And he is instrumental in achieving the highest ever export for the country in the year 2024-25, more than $800 billion, US dollars. And he is a man of free trade agreements and trying to have free trade FTA in almost all the countries, including all the developed countries, developed economies of the world. Such a great personality, our own member, and also you'll be very happy to note he's a rank holder in CA. He's a rank holder. So he is participating. And sir, thank you very much for showing us the picture of India, how India is going to be, and also for showing us what opportunities are for the chartered accountant fraternity. And he said that you have to grab them. You should not run away. You have to see that you seize all the opportunities. Thanks a lot, sir. So from the depth of our heart, so all the chartered accountants joined together to thank Honorable Minister and the Chief Guest for today's function, C.A. Piyush Goyal sir, for inaugurating this particular conference. C.A. Kumaran Birla sir, the Chairman of Aditya Birla Group, is the Indian multinational company. We have got presence over 40 countries across 6 continents. A person who brought laurels, the person who is the one who got first time the corporate governance code. This is C.A. Kumaran Birla sir. He is the recipient of many awards, including Padma Bhushan. And you'll be very happy to note, Kumaran Birla sir, he became chartered accountant at a tender age of 20 years. Sir, it's a proud moment for us that you inaugurated the World Forum of Accountants today, sir. CA, Mr. John Bouquet, the President of International Federation of Accountants, who has got the presence of 180 institutions, spread across 140 countries. And he is the one who has introduced many new initiatives in the year 2025. And he is the one who got the member value proposition has been introduced, and also IFAC regional connect program has introduced, where he is bringing the entire accounting profession across the world closely connected and knitted. Sir, your participation in inauguration of the World Forum of Accountants by the world leader of accountants is the first time it is happening. Thank you very much, John Bouquet, for your contribution. I thank Ms. Jennifer Lopez, CEO of CAPA, an active and dynamic lady. She's a chartered accountant from Malaysia. She is an Indian origin. She's from Kerala. His grandparents were in Kerala, relocated to Malaysia. Friends, any conference, any event, the success of the event fundamentally and primarily depends on the participation of the delegates. This is the first time that we have got close to 9,000 participants. I thank and each and every delegate who present here for the depth of our heart and on behalf of the Honorable President of the entire Central Council for making participation in this event and making this successful. And I wish all of you will have a great feast of learning today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. Wish you all the best. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, respected Vice President ICAI. I'd like to invite all the Central Council members to please join us on the dais so that we can have a group photograph for posterity. Can we have a huge round of applause for our esteemed Central Council members of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India? A group photograph for posterity. In attendance here at the World Forum of Accountants 2.0 as chief guest, Chartered Accountant Piyush Goyal, the Honorable Union Commerce Minister. Guest of honor, recipient of the third highest civilian honor, Padma Bhushan, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla. Jean Boucaud, President IFAC. Other dignitaries. The nominated members of ICAI. As the Honorable Minister said, in his 40 years, he's never seen such a gathering, so let's give them a thunderous, roaring round of applause. Let's ensure that this 3-day festival of Wafa enriches us. Thank you very much. With that, we conclude the inaugural session of the World Forum of Accountants. So greetings being exchanged. Even as greetings are exchanged, let me share one more fact with you. Today, the 30th of January, is also a day to remember Mahatma Gandhi ji, because it is his Punya Tithi. Are you aware where did Gandhi ji spend his last 144 days of life? Gandhi ji spent his last days of his life in Birla House, which was the house of the great-grandfather of Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, whose name was Shri Ghanshyam Das ji Birla, and now Birla House is known as Gandhi Darshan and Gandhi Smriti. It's in New Delhi. So today we salute all those who've made supreme sacrifice for the nation. Once again, thank you very much to the chief guest, to the guest of honor, to the ICAI leadership, the Central Council members, to all the participants for joining us in the inaugural session.